Hi there, this is Pete Howard, Director of Concert Posters for Heritage Auctions. And take a look at this one, two powerhouses, both the Rolling Stones and Janis Joplin, on a music festival poster from 1969. Now this is from the David Schwartz concert poster collection, which we're so happy to have in an ongoing basis. But just look at this timepiece, you know, it is so of the Woodstock era, isn't it? It's like totally typical and yet totally unique, sort of at the same time, the artwork is, you know. And there it says across the top, the first annual International Palm Beach Music and Art Festival. Well, ambitions and dreams were so strong back then, but it was also the last annual Palm Beach blah, blah, blah. So, you know, promoters thought they would really get something going, but these big festivals in the end just didn't pencil out with all the problems that were inherent with them. But I love this poster's, you know, gentle pastel colors and the dove holding a peace branch in its beak and even a peace medallion, and the green grass, you know, just sort of softly swaying in the breeze. And then bam, right there, the bad boys of rock and roll, the Rolling Stones. The first band listed, of course, the first artist, and on the last date of their first U.S. tour in 2.5 years. Only Altamont remained for them to stay in America, and we know what happened there. So, you know, the Stones in '69, I'm just old enough to remember that tour. I couldn't attend it, and I was very unhappy about that, but they sold out every show. Again, it had been 2.5 years, and so there was very little advertising needed for this tour. There was a couple of Bill Graham posters, of course, all the time. Auburn, Alabama generated a concert poster, and then there was the David Byrd tour blank, which was sort of used and sort of not used. And that's about it, and that's why that makes this such a special piece from that 1969 famous tour, because here it is. Even if the Stones sell out, you still want a poster for your whole festival, of course. And it's not just the Stones, for heaven's sake. You've got, you know, Janis Joplin, as I mentioned, Jefferson Airplane, Sly and the Family Stone, and the Byrds, Steppenwolf, just all kinds of acts of the era, most of them big hit makers for sure. So despite the mellow graphics, if you will, it involved the Stones, and so, yep, it was chaos. They played, you ready for this, from 5 to 6:30 a.m. And while waiting for the band, a lot of fans in attendance got permission to break up some wooden things, like outhouse structures and stuff, and burn them to keep warm while waiting for the Stones. Ah, the 60s and festivals, right? And the Stones were the Stones on this occasion. They opened with Jumping Jack Flash and closed with Street Fighting Man. Wow, what more can you ask for? Jeez. Now, a really fun note about the graphics on this poster, it was designed by Royce Emley, and he blew it on the peace medallion, if you will. Check it out closely. I'm sure Tommy will zoom in on it. He forgot a stem, so it's actually the Mercedes-Benz emblem around the dove's neck. Oh, that must have generated first some frustration and then some real laughs at that. So, you know, most people probably didn't notice it or care. They were too busy looking at the bands and everything. But Royce Emley did correct that and did an official reprint. Maybe Tommy will show you that as well. But this is the original pre-show advertising poster with the mistake, which again is a pretty minor mistake and a cute one. So what a wonderful timepiece, right, for the world's greatest rock and roll band and Janis Joplin. I probably didn't give Janis enough love in this blog, but we have time restrictions, and of course she would unfortunately pass away the next year, and the Stones still going strong and touring to this very day. Just remarkable how that fickle finger of fate works, isn't it? So once again, this beauty from the David Schwartz concert poster collection, which will take place on Tuesday, December 3rd. And read all about it, see more pictures and info, just drop by ha.com/7383. We'll see you there.